Groups, associations, communities, I'm not really a fan of them. Not because there is anything wrong with them. They usually want to do things like help people, build communities, fight for certain rights for certain group of people. They usually want to help people, which is nice. But the problem is not the goal, it's how you get to the goal. For example, a student union, they want to fight for certain rights for of the students. How do they get there? By disrupting classes, maybe by gracing the hands of politicians. And you might agree with the goal, but the way they get there is not something you align with. But then you're already in the group, and that's the problem with all those groups and communities and associations. By the time you enter, you realize that it's just a mini society, it's a replica of every society. It has its own internal politics that you might not be willing to participate in. It has its own hierarchical structure, it has its own unspoken rules. I never joined religious communities while in the university because it is nice. They want to make sure that you have a community of people since you're this far from home. But then they want to tell you who you should associate with, how you should live your life, and this is just not something that I can accept. So that's the problem with these things. Once you enter, you cannot pick and choose which one you want to follow. You cannot say, oh, this is their core goal, that's what I follow. Under the core goal, they have like 10 subs. And you can say, oh, I agree with this five subs. I don't agree with this five subs. It doesn't really make sense. Once you are in, you are signaling that you agree with the entirety of what it stands for. And sometimes this can lead you to compromising certain values that you hold there.